Good morning, guys. It is middle grade March, week 2. All right, so it is currently Monday morning. I took Sunday off. I actually did not read anything yesterday. I have been slightly obsessed with The Amazing Race this season. I don't know if anybody else watches it. I've watched it on and off throughout the years, but the Holderness family was on it. And if you guys have ever seen them on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, they make really fun videos, and I am a huge fan of theirs. And after watching them on The Amazing Race, I am even more of a fan of theirs and their relationship and what they stand for. Ooh, I am like shaky this morning. Let's see if I can readjust. There we go. But anyway, so I was listening to all their recaps yesterday all day long, and yeah. So we did go to church too. Went to church, and I took my daughter shopping yesterday, which was fun. Like, I just had a day off. I had a day off of reading or doing anything book related, and it was good. That being said, one of our stops yesterday was a consignment store, and I did buy a few books. So I bought Traveler by Greg Wiseman. The reason I got this is because it is a World of Warcraft book. Little unknown fact about me, I used to be a huge WoW nerd. Back when my husband and I first started dating, my husband has played World of Warcraft since its inception. And I started playing with him, and I got very into it. And so this is actually a middle grade book that is written in the World of Warcraft universe. I didn't even know these existed, so I got this because I thought it'd be fun, kind of a little throwback. And then I also picked up Fish in a Tree, which is one that I have been eyeing. I actually think I put this one on hold at my library, and I don't know if it's come in yet, but I'm going to cancel the hold because I found that one. And then the other one that I picked up is Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus, which I read last year and loved. This is about a little girl who has no arms and becomes friends with a boy with Tourette syndrome. And it is very, very interesting. I really liked it, and I wanted it for my shelves. So those are the 3 books that I bought yesterday. But then I also we went to Marshall's, and I found this Happy Planner notebook. It's just a notebook. It has regular notebook pages in it, but the nice thing about Happy Planner is that you can buy different inserts and things to go in it, and this says the world was hers for the reading, and it has a bunch of books on it, and it's like a nice plastic cover, and when I get done using it, I can buy more notebook pages for it, and so I grabbed that because yes please. All right, so that's kind of what my day was yesterday. I just thought that I would share those fun little purchases with you. Saturday night, I did start listening to Pictures of Hollis Woods. I didn't get very far into it, but it is started. This is going to be my next audiobook. And I am still reading Keeper of the Lost Cities. I have not made any more progress in it yet, though. So that's kind of where I'm at with things. This is a book about an orphan. One of the things I didn't do last week was tell you which books fit which prompts. And so I'm going to try to be better about that this week. Last week, though, I filled the prompt of reading a book with 5 or more words in the title, reading a book with an Asian main character, reading a contemporary. Did I read a book about an orphan last week? I don't remember. Let me go look at my stack. I'm trying to remember what all the prompts were off the top of my head. So I read a book with 5 or more words in the title. I read a contemporary. I read a book that was older than me. I did not read a book about an orphan. So, yeah, but I hit 4 of the 5 prompts last week, so I'll call that good. And I'm starting this week with a book about an orphan. So, yeah, that's kind of the game plan, but we'll see. We'll see what the day brings, but I will check in with you when I have a bit of a reading update and when I have more fun things to share with you. Bye! Hey guys, all right, so it is Wednesday, late afternoon. I have not done a lot of reading this week, which is why I'm having a feeling this vlog is not going to be very eventful. I have just kind of gotten pulled into a TV spree where I'm wanting to watch more TV shows, which doesn't happen a whole lot. I typically am one that I can just get through books really quick, and I'm having a really hard time focusing on books or wanting to pick up books. But I did finish Pictures of Hollis Woods. I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. It was wonderful. It's about a little girl who's in the foster care system, and she gets placed with a lady who is having some memory issues, and so it's just kind of about that. It was beautiful. It was lovely. 4 stars. I also started Genesis Begins Again. I'm not very far into it. I'm really liking it so far, but I'm not very far into it. And I have also read a few more chapters in Keeper of the Lost Cities. But right now, I have about an hour. Kids are at extracurriculars. I have about an hour to kill, and so I thought I'd run to the thrift store and see what I can find. So let's go thrifting. Okay, guys, that was a complete and utter failure. At the thrift store, I got nothing. Bummer. But I did finish a puzzle, so I am going to show you that. So this is the puzzle that I finished today. It's all like space patches. I absolutely love it. This is one that I got at TJ Maxx. So at least I got that done today. Now I'm going to read for a little bit, and then we have our middle grade March live tonight. So I'm excited for that, but I have about an hour before that, so I'm just going to read and try to get some of Keeper of the Lost Cities done. Hello. So it is Friday afternoon. I have massively failed at vlogging this week. This was just like one of my stereotypical down weeks. Last week was busy with book stuff. Next week is the kids' spring break, so we'll have lots of stuff to do then I can share with you. But this week and week 4 are probably going to be pretty slow, just because life of stay-at-home mom. I'm not going to say I don't do much during the day, but I don't do much exciting during the day. That I could share with you. And so, yeah, this week was just one of those weeks that not a lot really happened. We got, some housework done. I did grocery shopping, but I don't know as though you guys necessarily find that thrilling. But I did yesterday. Yesterday was a big reading day for me, guys. I finally got a big chunk. Oops, sorry. I need to switch hands so I can grab it over here. But I did finally get a big chunk of Keeper of the Lost Cities read, so I am 60% of the way through. I'm going to try to finish this tonight, guys, because I really want to read it. I'm really excited about it. I'm really in the mood for it. I really want to order book number 2, because I have book number 3, but I don't have book number 2, and I am really, really, really enjoying this, which I kind of figured I would, but I'm into it, and so I want to keep going with it. So I read a bunch of that yesterday, but then I also finished listening. I listened on audiobook to Genesis Begins Again, by Alicia D. Williams. This is a book all about colorism within the Black community, and specifically within Genesis and her family. So Genesis is very, very dark toned. Black, and her dad is very dark, but her mom has lighter skin, and she feels like her having darker skin makes her ugly, and this is just about her and her desire to feel beautiful. It was very, very good. I gave it 4 stars. I really appreciated the messages that were in it, especially as someone that is not part of the Black community, obviously. I thought that this was a really great perspective to read, and so I'm really, really glad I read it. And so, yeah, finished listening to that. Made some really good progress in Keeper, and then I also started this morning A Wish in the Dark by Christina Soon-Torvat. So if you were on our Instagram live, week 2, you will know that Katie and I are currently both reading this, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I am 6 chapters in, I think, at this point, because I'm listening to it. I don't love the narrator, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't think it's going to take away from the book, but this is, right now, we are following 2 different kids' perspectives. I'm trying to remember, Pong and Nook, I think is the, Nock. Yeah, Nock is the girl. And Nock is a prison warden's daughter, and Pong is a boy who grew up in the prison. His mom was a prisoner when she gave birth to him, and so he's grown up in this prison in this like fantasy world. And so we're just following the 2 kids. I'm not very far into it at all, obviously. I also did want to mention, though, that I did start listening to The Ogress and the Orphans, which is Kelly Barnhill's new book. And I wasn't connecting with it on audio. The narrator of Kelly Barnhill's books, it was the same way with The Girl Who Drank the Moon. I didn't really love the narrator. I actually DNF'd that book twice before I finally finished it, just because the narrator was hard for me to follow. And it's the same narrator for The Ogress and the Orphans. And so I ended up setting that one to the side. I'm going to order it or get it from the library and read that one physically, because I don't want to discredit the potential that it has because I'm not connecting with the narrator. So that was the deal with that one. But yeah, I am currently listening to this and reading Keeper of the Lost Cities, and that's kind of my update. So I just put a poll up on Instagram on which puzzle I should do next. So I have a puzzle that is like a collage of Broadway playbill like posters, and I have one that's like more of a books, like a library sort of thing. And so I'm going to see probably here in the next couple of hours what the poll says on Instagram and start a puzzle tonight. We're also going to be watching Turning Red. The kids and I are going to be watching Turning Red on Disney Plus tonight because it came out today. We're very excited for it, which I'm hesitantly optimistic. I don't know. The fact that it went straight to Disney Plus, I thought it was going to the theaters, and now it's going to Disney Plus first. I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see what we think of it tonight. But yeah, that's kind of the game plan. And then tomorrow, which this won't matter because you're seeing this after the fact, I'm doing live reading sprints on my channel Saturday morning. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's the wrap, or not the wrap up, that's the update. And I will let you know when I have another one.
Genetic thingy I got from my mom. I mean, it'll go away. Eventually. Maybe.
Hey guys, so it is Sunday morning. I massively failed at vlogging this past week. It just, sometimes it's in the cards and sometimes it isn't. So I'm going to treat this little last clip as kind of a weekly wrap up what I read. So the first book that I finished this week was Pictures of Hollis Woods. I gave 4 stars. I really liked it. It's about a little girl in foster care who goes to live with a lady who is starting to have memory loss. It was very short. It was very good. I really liked it. 4 stars. I also listened to and finished Genesis Begins Again. This is all about colorism within the Black community, and specifically following Genesis and her relationship with her family and friends and school and finding her voice. And it was very, very good as well. Another 4 stars. And then yesterday I was able to finally finish. Sorry, you can hear banging going on. But I was finally able to finish Keeper of the Lost Cities, and I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. It's about Sophie, who can hear other people's thoughts, and she finds out that she's an elf, and she has to go live in the elf world and go to a new school and all this stuff. It's very, very interesting, too. Very, very fast-paced, very just engaging. The world building was good. There were some parts where you kind of have to suspend your beliefs a little bit, but I really, really liked it. 5 stars. I also listened to half of A Wish in the Dark by Christina Soontorvat. I'm not loving the narrator for this, but I am enjoying the story. This is a Les Mis, Thai-inspired Les Mis fantasy retelling. There's magic in this world. We're following Pong and Nook, and Pong is a little boy who was born in a prison, and he escapes, and so he is known as an escapee, even though he never did anything wrong to be put in prison. And Nook is the prison warden's daughter, and she takes it upon herself to try to find Pong. And so it's just kind of about them, and it's very interesting. Very interesting. I read Les Mis last year, and I'm enjoying kind of getting to see the overlap in. It's a very loose retelling, but it is definitely Les Mis inspired, and so I am enjoying that as well. But that is my reading for the week, kind of what I'm in the middle of. I have started a NetGalley e-arc of Just Right Jillian by Nicole D. Collier, I think, is the author. But I did start that last night too, and I did a few try chapters in my reading sprints that I did on Saturday, and I have a couple of books in mind that I'm going to pick up next as far as physical reading, but that's going to do it for this vlog. So sorry, once again, this week was just a down week for us. Hopefully this next week will be a little bit more eventful. And yeah, that's going to do it for today. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you stick around and subscribe. I hope you're having a great middle grade March. And until next time, see ya.